government has been treating Ohio taxpayers like a money machine, like an ATM. When we had budget problems last year, what did they do? They raised our taxes. That can't happen again. We have even bigger budget problems looming in the next budget cycle, and we just want them to know that we've had enough. No more raising our taxes. You're going to have to cut spending. You can't treat us like a money machine every time you run out of cash. I want to thank the organizations that are partnering with us today, the Columbus Tea Party, the Ohio Freedom Alliance, the Citizens United to End Ohio's Estate Tax, the Ohio Citizens Accounting Standards Board, and the Coalition Opposed to Additional Spending and Taxes. These are all organizations made up of Ohio citizens fighting for Ohio, for Ohio's future, and we want a future with fewer taxes, less government spending, and more jobs. Our first speaker is Jack, president of the Citizens United to End Ohio's Estate Tax, because in Ohio, when you die, they tax you, and that's just wrong.
At this point, Ohio's greatest export is its productive citizens. We export more, I think, than any other state but one, and that state being New York. One of the things that causes that is that we in Ohio here, give our citizens a tax incentive to leave the state. That tax incentive takes the form of the Ohio death tax or estate tax. We have in Ohio that, again, is actively working to kill our economy, to destroy business and take jobs away. And it will be one thing, hopefully, that it will help us not be taxed quite to the max that we are right now. So thanks everyone for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Next up we have Representative John Adams.
I come from the cornfields of west central Ohio, where the 78th House District is ranked second in the state for manufacturing per capita. And the owners of those businesses will tell you that they can compete with any country in the world if government would just get out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, we can, with the right leadership, phase out the personal income tax over a period of time. Thank you.
We're here to talk about taxes and the fact that people and businesses are feeling, particularly with this difficult economy, like they just can't afford anymore. And I think there are two major threats that I see into the future that we need to be very, very cautious about and watchful of if we're going to make sure that our taxes don't continue to go up. That is the economy and the need to grow it and create jobs, and that is the fact that we continue to spend beyond our means, particularly at the federal level, and go into greater and greater. And I want to tell you something, that it's going to take you, your neighbors, your friends and family, everybody that you can contact to get that message out about what's happening in this country, that you want to be part of changing that they need to be part of changing that. 2010 is a year that I believe that we can do that.
The American dream was not to go get a job necessarily, it was to be able to do what you wanted to with your life, to create the kind of work that you valued, to follow your passion and start a business. And when you create a climate that is not conducive to business, it makes people think twice about starting that business. And they say, why would I start that business? I take on all the risk, but I can't keep the reward. And so that's the power to
Ohio, from Youngstown to Cincinnati, Toledo to Southeast Ohio, to hear our cry. And I think they are through the Liberty groups that have popped up all across.
We're excited to have Rob Portman speaking to us today. Rob spent 12 years in Congress representing Ohio. He was a great conservative leader for Ohio.
Rebecca, thanks very much, and congratulations to you and everybody here. Thank you for being willing to come forward on a Saturday afternoon to talk about what's so important to the future of our state and our country. The group that is represented here today believes in limited government, free markets, and fiscal responsibility. Those aren't Republican values, folks. Those are American values. Instead of conditioning the use of the payroll tax credit and the deductions and so on, give a flat income tax reduction, give a flat payroll tax, eliminate it right now. My own proposal would be take the stimulus dollars that have not been spent, it's about $300 billion, apply it right away to business, let them immediately stop paying payroll taxes for 1 year for every employee, up to $50,000 bucks. What does that do? Two things. One, puts money into people's pockets to get this economy going again, because you need to stimulate the economy at a time like this. Two, giving small business owners the ability to invest in their businesses to be able to retain jobs and create new jobs. That's what we ought to be doing.
much for coming today. We need to continue to put pressure on Ohio's government not to raise our taxes, to tell them that the Ohio taxpayer ATM is closed. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Hi, I'm Stephen Carr. I'm the president of the Columbus Tea Party. We're actually just beginning to organize the Columbus Tea Party. We had a couple of events last year, some very powerful rallies. But now it's time in 2010 to take it to the next level.
So important to stop the taxation, to bring prosperity back to Ohio. We're going to have to lower our taxes, stop the red tape. We need to get Ohio back on its feet, but it's being strangled by government and government taxes. We've got to change it.
Hi, I'm Jason Reed with the Ohio Freedom Alliance, and I'm here today at the Americans for Prosperity Tax to the Max rally. Just gathering with, a lot of concerned citizens about just taxation, what's happening in the state of Ohio and the federal government taxation.
I'm Rebecca Heimlich. I'm the state director of Americans for Prosperity, and we had our RD Tax to the Max rally today because we want to send a message early in 2010 that the Ohio taxpayer